Welcome to Exasperated Nerd Explains. Some of you may have seen ads for the new Shazam movie coming out and said to yourself, wait, I thought that guy was Captain Marvel. Well, non-existent watcher, he was. To find out why, we're going to take a little journey into comic book history, US copyright law, and trademark law. Captain Marvel debuted in Whiz Comics #2 in 1939 by Fawcett Comics. He is actually a young boy named Billy Batson, who by speaking the magic word Shazam, turns into an adult with superpowers. The word Shazam is an acronym for his powers: Solomon's wisdom, Hercules' strength, Atlas' stamina, Zeus' power, Achilles' courage, and Mercury's speed. Captain Marvel became very successful, growing more popular than and outselling Superman in the 1940s.
You know, you've never been any good against magic. And magic's what I am all about.
DC Comics, or NPP as it was known at the time, got a bit miffed, so they decided to call in the lawyers.
What a mess.
DC alleged that Captain Marvel was a copy of Superman. Even though there are a lot of differences, and nowadays there are lots of superheroes with overlapping powers, in the late 40s and early 50s, this was considered a valid argument. Given this is the law we are talking about, the case went on for several years. And in their decision, the court said Captain Marvel was a copy of Superman. They used images of him flying around doing specific heroic deeds to show the similarities between the characters. However, the court also ruled DC had neglected some copywriting of their own. Their newspaper strip did not have all the proper little circly C's in all the right places. So technically, at this ruling, Superman was not protected from the intellectual property theft that Captain Marvel was. This allowed Fawcett to keep publishing their comics. Never one to quit when there's litigating to do.
I have 10 high-priced lawyers.
DC appealed. The appeal ruled that DC had not abandoned their copyright of Superman and sent the case back down for retrial. Given they had already ruled Captain Marvel was a copy and the fact that superhero comic sales in general were declining, Fawcett saw the writing on the wall, they settled, and agreed to no longer publish Captain Marvel comics. And after soullessly crushing this company out of existence, DC Comics decided to license the use of Captain Marvel in the 70s. In the decade since Captain Marvel had ceased publication, another company had tried to make a new Captain Marvel comic hero. It was not great. And Marvel Comics, a little protective of the whole Marvel thing, reacted. They paid this company off to stop publishing, and started publishing their own character named Captain Marvel for purely legal reasons. Through this, they were able to receive the trademark for the Captain Marvel name. For those not versed in trademark and copyright law, trademarks and copyrights are different. Trademarks are harder to get and require more to maintain. A trademark will lapse if it is not actively used by, for instance, pointing out a comic book with a trademark name. Fawcett Comics' trademark had lapsed due to non-use. Marvel Comics having the trademark means that they were the only ones who could put out comics with Captain Marvel in the title. DC could publish comics with a character named Captain Marvel, but they could not use the name Captain Marvel as the title of these same comics. They could not even market or promote the book with the Captain Marvel name. As long as Marvel continues to publish a Captain Marvel comic every so often to maintain their trademark,
it's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay? No more!
no DC comic can be called Captain Marvel. They did try for a minute though, publishing Shazam, the original Captain Marvel, until they received a cease and desist letter from Marvel. Since DC could not publish the Captain Marvel comics as Captain Marvel, they decided to publish under the name and trademark of Shazam. After decades of trying to explain that no, the comic may be called Shazam, or Trials of Shazam, or Power of Shazam, or Shazam-a-Lama Ding Dong, the character is Captain Marvel, and everyone in the public saying back, but isn't he Shazam though? DC gave up in 2011 and said yes, he is named Shazam. Thus, the character is now just Shazam and not Captain Marvel. To prevent the fact that this change makes introducing himself into a weakness, who are you? Shazam! Poof, little boy again. They also retconned it so that he has to say Shazam with meaning, as if it were a spell. So there you go. Feel free to annoy anyone sitting next to you with these little tidbits as you wait in line for the movie, when you're in the theater, or at home, or on a bus, or at a urinal. I don't know, whatever. I don't know your life. That's all I have. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, send me loads of cash. That'll work too. Bye.